Alright, let's do a test run. Hey, you ready, Trip?
Yeah, G, I'm ready. It's Trip's tips, y'all. Well, what's up? I again am Trip Jippy, and I'm your rabbit with the music making habit. Today, I'm gonna go over mangling up some loops. So, here we go. Let's get in. I'm popping in here to tell you that this tutorial is taken from my Twitch stream, so I've chopped it up a little bit. The original drum loop that I'm using is an old breakbeat that I recorded. I've dragged it from my browser in Ableton over to an audio track that I labeled loops. In this next part of the video, I've double-clicked on the clip to bring it into what's called clip view. That's where you can access the warp modes that I'm using here to mangle up this beat. So let's have a look. So it comes in really fast. So let's hit this button right here, this times 2. This is gonna double the loop. Now that's different, huh? Now we took it down to halftime by making it twice as long. You know, we call that halftime. We're gonna mangle this thing, and we're gonna use these guys right down here. Let me see if I can point to this thing right here. This is the it says that you're preserving transients, and so each little blip, if y'all don't know what transients are, it's like each little part of the beat. So you can see them, the little bumps. Each little bump, that's a transient, and so Ableton chops this beat up into transients when you have that selected. And the one below it, these little guys here, if I point to that guy right there, that is how each little piece of the beat is getting treated by Ableton. It's going to go backwards, and then forwards, and then forwards, and then backwards, and then backwards, and then forwards. And that's how it fills the space up when you try to stretch it out, like we've done, and make it slower. You know, it leaves holes in the beat when you try to do that. So anyway, when you mess with the speed, you can really hear it kind of going back and forth. So I'll do that. Let's listen here. I'm gonna take the speed down. Wow. And I mean, if you haven't done this with sounds in Ableton, you're really missing out. Because it's fun. And I mean, if you like that sound of like a bass drum hitting back and forth, you can resample it if you wanted to. Right over here. I have this. This is just an audio. Here, let me delete it. I'll show you what I did. I went over, added an audio track, moved it over here. Kablam. Made it red. Like that. Named it Resample. That's the cosmetics part. And then I did this. Audio from Resampling. This guy. This guy is cool. It's just whatever is coming out the master, I believe, is what gets resampled back into here. So, yeah, whatever you hear at any moment in Ableton can be recorded, and that's what we're going to be doing today. Now, we're going to try some different modes here. This is that backwards and forward mode, which is kind of cool. But you can hear the spaces being taken up by it going backwards and forwards. When you change it to this, it's going forwards and forwards. It's just repeating now in the spaces. You can hear it when you slow it down. Now this is getting really glitchy sounding, right? Like somebody stepped on the CD player. What's a CD? They said. So you can do something pretty cool down here at this lower level. Like that's just straight up glitchy, but if you take this little guy down, this 100, if you take that down a little bit, then these little glitches fade after every transient. And you take it down to almost nothing, and it chops each transient. I like it when they fade out. Maybe that's too slow, like 75, it's like, it's pretty laid back, even for a rabbit. Bit of good walking pace, 102. Alright, and we walking down the street. Yep. 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 That's right. That's a good beat right there. So, if you like that, we've mangled the beat. It used to sound different. Now it sounds glitchy, and we can resample it. Boom. So, we've made it a little different. You can change it even more by, let's see, move this down here, name this, Glitchy 1, because we'll probably make another one. So, you can also turn it to the 1 arrow. And that's a great way to just shorten each transient. But wait, it doesn't even stop there. You can change it here too. 1/8. So now we're dividing this up into 1/8 notes. And you can make them as long as they were originally, 100%. And you can hear all those spaces in there. And at this speed, kind of naturally, the space left in between the beat there, it kind of gives it its own swing. So why not? It's just a swing. Yeah, not bad. So that's something else you can do. It's a little bit of a swing. So you can also resample that. And, you know, that's a whole other thing. Now you've got a swing beat. Or swang. That's interesting. Yeah. That sounded pretty cool. Look at this. You can, if you go to the MIDI thing, up here, where it says MIDI, let me, I can't reach all the way up there, but, see my pointer up there, MIDI. You click on that, then you can MIDI map whatever's connected to your computer, like this keyboard, and can y'all see, this knob right here, this knob, when you twist it, like, well, first of all, you gotta, like, say, boom, I want that. And then you twist it, and it gives you a little number. You're like, holy shit, that is where we're gonna, put the MIDI. So now that, I can twist this thing now, and it works. That knob controls that knob. Which is cool. it's one of the reasons I like Ableton is this is easy, and I'm sure it's easy in other DAWs as well. But you know, that's just nice. But I did this so that we can maybe make something out of this breakbeat that would be like, let's see. Huh. I guess it's got to be pulled up. Now that's rabbit music right there. And that's my dog drinking in the background. Slap, slap, slap. I mean, so that's mangled, right? This is super mangled. And it's super glitchy. Super glitch. Now we're getting into it. Now we're getting into it. I mean, it's cool. It's like a super glitch, cool thing. And we made that all out of this. All out of this thing. If we turn this off, we can hear it. There it is in all its glory. It began as that. And then we turned it into this. Sweet. We get a swing beat. Another glitchy one. And that's the scrubby beat, yeah. Yeah, so you can do a lot of stuff just with these little modes. The warp modes.